listening to this for?
Wait, who's talking?
You know you're driving a 2024 Ford Escape with available Alexa built in, so you can change the music.
Oh yeah. Alexa, change station to 99.2.
See? Purchase a 2024 Escape ST Line all-wheel drive with Tech Pack at 3.49% APR for 72 months with down payment. That's just $267 bi-weekly. Cash value of $40,294. Plus, eligible Ford owners get a $1,000 bonus. For details, visit your local Ford store or Ford.ca.
Hello, hello. I think I've got this all set up now. All right. Today, I'm just rebuilding a business partner of mine's barbecue. So I'll bring up some pictures here. I'm going to turn down this music a little bit too. There we go. Just bear with me here and I'll pull up some pictures. Okay, here's some of the notes. It's another picture, and there's another picture. So we are going to rebuild these two components. We're going to rebuild this piece of angle that has several holes in it, and we're going to make that out of 14 gauge stainless. And this is the barbecue, and we're going to remake these stamped grills out of 1/4-inch plate instead of stamped. And we'll do a pretty generic hole pattern to start, just to go through the whole thing, and then maybe come back and try to make some more exotic grill shapes. And then I have notes here, a little bit of dimensions. These are 9.5 by 16 3/4, and there's 3 of them. And then these are 1.5 inches by 15 inches. And then I have the hole spacing here for that. And it's a ×4 on that. All right. So let's start with just these stainless angle pieces. I'm going to move these to the side, and this will go relatively quick, but we'll use the sheet metal function to make these. Alright, move these to the side to my other monitor, and we'll get going. So I've already started a sketch here. I'm just going to back up on this. I'm going to start a sketch. I'm going to start this sketch in the, doesn't really matter if we're going to start it in the XY plane, just for habit. I'm going to start by making a 2-inch, see, I could do this right on the origin too with the center point rectangle. I'm going to go 1.5 by 15 inch. I'm going to finish this sketch, and then from here I'm going to move into the sheet metal environment and pick flange, and this is going to be my flange. Alright, and sheet metal rule steel inches, we'll verify what that is after. Okay, the default kind of gives me what I want on that anyways. Oh, it's pretty thin, so let's go into sheet metal rules here, and we can switch the rules. So do I have, I think the stainless steel one I have is 14 gauge, so let's just, yeah, there we go. I believe that's 14 gauge. Let's take a look. No, it's a little thicker than 14 gauge. Let me try again here. I could just make a custom one. I know I have one in here somewhere. right there. Stainless steel inches. Yeah, 0.7. So we'll call that the 14 gauge. I'm going to pull another flange off the edge. 1.5 inches tall. And okay. I'm just going to verify the flange height. And sure enough, it is 1.5 inches. And then we'll verify the flange height the other way. 1.5 inches. Great. So now let's get into putting these holes in. So I'm going to see if we can start a pattern on this face right here. And I'm going to flip it over. So on the end here, I'm going to do these holes. I have center line dimensions measured off of here, so I will use those. So I'm going to project this line. And I'm going to offset it. I'm going to use the construction line. Oh yeah, I'm having a hard time reading what that even says on this. My drawing. Not my drawing, the drawing I was given. Okay, that's 0.5625. No? Let's do it again here. 0.5625. Then we'll do another offset command here. And that one will be 1.875. And then again, we'll do the repeat offset command. And it'll be just off this line, and that'll be 0.5. Flip. Okay, and one more time. I think that says 1 inch. I'm sure it says 1 inch. Okay, the intersection of these points are our 7/16 holes. Take it off construction line. I'm going to use an equals constraint to make those the same. It sure seems close to the edge. Let me just take a look on the picture. 7/16. I guess it is that big. You take a look at the picture on here. Here, I'll zoom it way in so you can actually see what we're looking at. Oops. I guess it is kind of close to the edge the way those holes are. I will assume that it is drawn correctly. Okay. And what I'm going to do is extrude those. And then I'm going to do this. I'm going to go mirror, and instead of bodies, I'm going to go feature. I'm going to mirror that last hole cutting feature. The mirror plane will be this. Okay, now let's cut those holes on that side. Almost have to like flip and mirror to do it again. I think what I'm going to do is go back to edit sketch, copy, finish sketch, start. Oh nope, I'm going to start a new sketch on this face, paste. Perfect. And then we'll just extrude again. Alright, and we will mirror that feature. It's the nice thing about centering stuff on the origin is you get this mirroring ability. Now, just take a look at that picture again, just to see if there's a radius there. I think there might be. I am going to just ease those corners. Let's make a flat pattern. Alright, now we have this nice flat pattern. So what I'm going to do next is I am going to save this file, which I should have done right off the bat. And I'm going to call this BBQ replacement angle. And now I'm going to go derive this flat pattern. Okay. Excuse me. Now I've derived this into this other project page or tab, and so I've got one of these components now. I'm gonna go like this, and let's pattern the components. Get 3 of these, or 4, I mean, because I need 4. Maybe a little bit more space in between. Alright. Okay, let's move to the next stage, which is manufacturing. I'm going to create a setup, bottom left hand corner. I have a default of a 1/4 inch of stock around the outside just to give me a little meat when I'm cutting out, when I zero to that corner. And we're going to call this BBQ replacement times 4 SS angle. Alright, let's go into cutting. Select our tool. I'm going to do slow speed fine cut 14 gauge, but that's going to be not stainless. Well, for the sake of it, let's go through making a tool. We're going to go and up here to the plus sign when we're in our library, and we're going to create a new tool. And it's going to be a plasma cutting tool. And description is going to be stainless 14 gauge fine cut low speed. Vendor, I'll put hypertherm. Don't really need this information. Now, I am going to quickly pull up the cut charts for my cutter. I'm using the PowerMax 40 or PowerMax 85. There we go, PowerMax 6585 manual. Let's bring that up. Find. I should have just searched it at the beginning. Here we go. Using the cut charts. So fine cut. 45 amp 351. It's too bad it doesn't actually give a page number, but I can click it. That's on shell today, or fine cuts. There we go. Low speed fine cut mild steel. 14 gauge, and you notice here it says not a drafts free cut with the asterisk. Here, let me zoom right in. See, asterisk, not a drafts free cut, but I always find it has really good dimensional edges. Oh, and we're going stainless steel. Here it is, which doesn't have the drafts free cut thing on there anymore because it's actually pretty clean. I forgot we were doing stainless there for a second. So you notice we're at 40 amps here. And 110 inches per minute, and the voltage is 96, and we're gonna have to go up a bit to find the kerf width on another chart, but let's fill in some of this information first. Actually, no, let's go find that kerf width first. That's page 88. Kerf width is up before all these charts start. Right here. Right there. Stainless steel, fine cut, 14 gauge, 0.04. All right. Gonna go into nozzle diameter. Nozzle diameter is actually talking about this here, but Fusion will cut to this width if you put an inch in, and it wrecks the simulation, so I always use the kerf width for the nozzle diameter. And then the simulation will look proper. It used to work, and then they made some adjustment. It doesn't work. And I think we said 110 inches. I'm going to write that in here, and we'll go back and look. Cut height will be 0.0, or no, 0.02. Stainless is a little lower. Let's just recheck. So yeah, 0.04 for the kerf width, and then if we go down to page 88. We find that our torch to work distance is 0.02. It's a third of what the normal cut height is. And then you see the initial pierce is 0.08, which is, it is about half the normal pierce height. But in this case, it represents a 400% increase from cut height to initial pierce height, where back in the other charts, it's only a 250% increase from 0.06 to 0.1, excuse me, 5. Okay. Anyhow, yeah, it was 110 here. So let's get that, and we'll just remember this. We could actually put that in there in our notes if we wanted, but 69 for voltage. All right, air, that's it. We'll accept that. Okay. And we want all these face contours selected. I don't think I'm going to do any feed rate or anything like that. I could put some notches in though. Maybe I should do that. But let's go through here and then we'll go back and make some changes, and I'll show you how some of the parametric connections really are awesome for Fusion 360. We'll do a lead in. I think I'm going to just make all the lead ins kind of for that 7/16 hole. So 7/16 divided by 4 if I wanted, something like that, for my lead-in radius. No, that's way too small. You just write a small number in here, like 1/8 inch or something like that. Alright. Oh, I forgot to have a number here in the lead-in distance, 0. Alright. Okay, I like that so far. Actually, I'm going to have to watch some of these. They're going to cut right off the sheet on the end. So what I'll go do is go back into edit, and I can prefer lead-in positions, and I'll just add a couple of those. And it'll put them all there. Perfect. So now I look at this and I go, oh, maybe I should have put some bend reliefs in it, even though with my equipment I can bend this no problem in one go. It might be nice to have some centering equipment or some bending lines in here, but I've already done all this work to this point, right? But the beauty is I can go back to this angle and we can start working on this again, and I'll unfold this piece. And now I can work on this component. I can, I'm going to do a few cutouts on it. We have a little notch there. Maybe even a little less. I just want a little notch to let me know where to start. I'm going to finish this sketch. Now I'm going to extrude this little piece I just created. Alright. Nice little notch. Let me line things up. I don't think I'm going to round those. But what I want is the notch on both sides. So again, I will mirror that, and I'm going to mirror the feature. It'll be that last extrude, and my mirror plane, I will use the center line again. Alright, and let's refold those faces. Nice, we have a nice little notch to show us where we're at. Now I'm going to save this. And let's go back to our derived file. And you can see we have a few alerts here, because I can see that our linking behind this warning sign would show like links in a chain, which is, we've broken these links in a chain, which is the links between this file we created and this one. They're not the same anymore. So let's update reference model. Yep, update selected. And now you see we have little notches on every single one. Close, I can just regenerate this file quickly. And it's already updated it with all those notches. So it makes it really quick and easy. I'm going to just export this. This is ready to cut. It already has the name right here. I can put a comment in here too, and I'm going to put in voltage 69, fine cut low speed. And this will show up. I'll be able to see that in fire control. And we'll adjust the pierce height to 0.08. Pierce delay to 0.1. I have a XR, it has less latency than the Pro. Cut height 0.02. Spring back, I'm going to get rid of it entirely. There we go. Let's post that. So that code's done. We're going to save this file as BBQ replacement angle derived times 4 times 4. Save. Okay, let's we're done those components now. Let's move on to the next ones. So our next ones we're going to work on is the actual grill. And here's the actual grill, these 3 components we're going to make. So let's start those. I'm going to start a sketch on the XY plane. And let's take a look at our measurements here. Our measurements are for the grill, 1/4 inch steel, 16.75 long, 9.5 wide, and we're making 3 of these. These original grill pieces basically had slots separated by a few rails on the end. Interesting. They basically stamped it like you would just lay out some pieces of bar and weld it 3 pieces one way and a bunch of ribs the other. We're gonna start making something close to this and then maybe do something a little more exotic after. Okay, we'll start with the rectangle. We're going to use the center rectangle. We're going to use our sketch palette over here. Center rectangle on the origin plane. It's right here. I can only see this part of origin, but if you make it visible, you will see the whole part of origin. But let's go in there and make it 9.5 by 16.75. Great. Now let's, how am I going to do these slots now? Just going to do something basic to start with. Slot. I'm not going to do anything complicated for this one, just a really, really basic slot pattern, and then we'll go wild in a minute or two. What do we want, about 1/2 inch width? Is that too wide? No, that's probably about right. I don't have the slots to measure, so. And now let's pattern this. Excuse me. Let's get a few more ribs in there. I want a little bit more. Let's call that good right there. I wonder if I can. Oh. I'm gonna go a little less wide. Let's see if I can go 7/16. Will they all change? They should. Yes, they do. Good. What else I'm gonna do is grab all these and mirror them. And the original has these little vents at the side too, at the ends. Here, I'm going to just bring up the picture again. So maybe we'll mimic that as well. So I'm going to make these a little less long. Sorry, I'm just thinking about how I want to pattern this. Kind of like, nah, it doesn't matter. Let's just move this. I just didn't want too many objects. Nope. This isn't the way to do this, but it's the way I'm going to do it right now. Oh, it won't let me create copies, eh? It should let me create copy. Interesting. Probably a feature in there it doesn't want me to copy, like the patterning or something. You know what? Let's try. Let's try this. in two directions? That's too bad. There. That's what we want. Perfect. Kind of perfect. Let's go back one. That's kind of what I want. Let's hit OK. And then I'm going to move this so we get a little bit more gap here. I didn't want to take it off center line there by accident. I should have way more constraints. Sure, that's fine. And let's mirror some of this stuff. Okay. And extrude. 0.25. There we go. It's kind of cool. Very similar to the original, which I'm looking for a picture of again. Here we go. Oh, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, let's go back in and see if we can't adjust that. I patterned that way, but I also patterned the other way. I wonder if I could... Oh. There we go, 9. Okay. It'll take a minute to adjust. Getting the black bar of doom over here. It'll work its way through. I've just got a lot of stuff running right now. Alright. And that even looks pretty decent, actually. I'm going to take a look at that image one more time. Yeah, I could probably do them a little wider. Let's go a full inch or half inch. And again, it's probably going to grind for a second. I've always had a memory problem on this computer. Come on. Bear with it for a second. Come on. I hope we don't crash here. That might be over. Come on. Sometimes if you do big changes like that in the sketch and it's got to go back and forth and do a bunch of iterations, it just doesn't like it with the sketch environment. That's disappointing. So we're going to show you what a crash recovery looks like. So we're going to just recover quick off that, because that's how we make that work. Oh, perfect. So it didn't recover that file for us, so this gives us a really good opportunity to start again. So let's start again and go from there. So that piece was 16 3/4 by 9.5. Awesome, we'll get some slots now. Okay, and you know what I'm going to do this time? I'm just going to extrude everything 1/4 inch. And we're going to do the same thing as we did last time, but with bodies and cuts instead of the sketch. So now I'm going to do extrude again. I'm going to bring up that sketch. I'm going to extrude this. And it's going to just be all the way through. Alright. And now I'm going to pattern, but I'm going to pattern instead of body, I'm going to pattern this feature, which is that extrusion I did. I'm going to do 9 of these. Space them out roughly similar to the yeah, that's not bad. Here, I'm just going to take a quick look at the reference drawing again. And we'll do it this way as well. Just one. Up. All right. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll mirror that feature. So much better than using the sketch. Features, mirror the pattern, mirror plane here. Okay, perfect. Oh. Mirror that too. Oh, I can mirror one feature at a time. That's okay. So we'll just do another one. mirror, and I'll mirror this feature. Oh, it's not that feature. H-dash feature. Well, that's alright. Very similar to the reference drawing now. Could probably bring some of this a little closer together. And I can do that even from here, right? I can grab the sketch and I can drag that a bit. And it should respond. Oh, looks alright. So let's go now and we're going to turn this body into a component, and then we are going to pattern this component. I don't know what's going on, but I hate what's happening here. Get rid of the sketch so I can see what's happening. Anyways, let's just pattern this. Okay. Go into manufacturing. I'm going to create a setup, bottom left corner. We're going to call this the BBQ replacement grill times 3. Nope. And we'll just do that again. I think I'm a little tired. BBQ replacement grill times 3. Go into cutting here, see what we have for tools for that. A 1/4 inch there. 1/4 inch aluminum. 1/4 inch aluminum. Probably cut more 1/4 inch aluminum than I do 1/4 inch steel. Yeah, one decent tool on here. Unshielded 1/4 inch? No, thank you. 1/4 inch, 45 amps right there. But we're gonna edit it. Just because this tool was made before one of the Fusion updates, so that's why you get that error. So I'm just going to make some adjustments so at least the error doesn't show up. Alright, accept. Select all these contours. I'm going to do some smoothing down here. I'm going to do some feed up. We'll do a pretty small lead-in radius. Let's do an 1/8. Do 160 degrees. Zero, no lead out, no pierce clearance. I'm going to do a finishing overlap of 1/32. Alright, let's see what that looks like. Alright, let's we can look at a simulation. So 19 pierces per So these will be our grills. I think I'm going to take a quick intermission, and then I'm going to do some more kind of less conventional style grills. But I'll finish the G code for this. Okay, exit simulation. And now I'm going to take this setup and, oops, not that one, the G code. Barbecue replacement. And the cut height is back up to normal here. Pierce delay, I'm going to put in a full second and back up to a normal cut height. Perfect. Post. So all those are ready to cut. But we'll come back and just make some more odd grills in a second. I'm going to save this too. You can enjoy the synth wave for the next 5-10 minutes while I'm gone. I need to get a drink of water. Alright. Let's put on a nice background. I'm gonna find a good one here. Oh, there we go. Nope, nope. Oh, it really doesn't want me to have a full view of that. Could have been done the intermission right now. Here's one assistant. Ah, here we go. I think I found something. Sorry, these are all like traps. I just keep getting into different bad pages, looking for what I'm looking for, which isn't even bad at all. Just keeps trying to sell me all kinds of stuff. There it is, guys. Perfect. Alright, intermission. Actually, no one's gonna know it's intermission if it's... Let's find a better intermission one. See you in 5, 10. Get back to it. Let's go back to design here. Start here. I'm gonna put another sketch in. And what kind of pattern are we going to want? Trying to think of a wave pattern I want to do here, maybe. You know what? I got a few ideas. Let's delete this one. And delete them all. Okay. Before this one here, I'm going to pattern these. Let's just take another look. Pretty tight cap. Probably this one right here. So now what I'm thinking is doing just a wave through it all. Stretch across multiple. I'm just thinking for a sec how I want to do this. I'll do a 1 inch. Alright. Sorry, I got some candy. I'm just gonna leave on the music for a minute. Eat this candy. Thanks if you're still watching. I'll post a few more pictures on the website. I like the way this curve turned out. Okay, take care. Bye.